Hey guys, so we are back once again with another Honda Pilot video. This time I am going to do a little bit of upgrades to the sound system. It's not much. If you haven't seen my previous sound system build, I'll leave a link to the video in the description, and also up at the top right corner you'll have a link to that video. This time all I'm doing is I'm going to add 2 more mid-range speakers to my sound system, and also I'm going to change the amps. I'm going to rearrange the amp configuration a little bit. So for the most part, the front of the car stays the same, so I'm not touching anything at the front. I'm just touching everything from the amp back. So the subwoofer amp will get changed, and the highs and mids amp will get changed as well. So, and then I'll add the 2 mid-range speakers to the sound system. That's the only thing that I'm changing. So, also I have to make a correction. I'm doing a change in the wiring. So previously it had a 4-gauge wire, but now I'm upping the sound system to 3,000 watts, because what I had in it previously was a 1500 monoblock for the subwoofer and a 1000 2-channel for the mids and lows. Now I'm going to have a 2000 4-channel for the mids and lows, and I'm going to use the 1000 2-channel for my subwoofer. So as you can see, I already went and I already ran the 0-gauge wire. I pulled it through the firewall. So I had to actually make a bigger hole because, as you know, it's a bigger wire, went from 4 to 2. So I had to take my step drill, and this thing can focus. Anyway, it's not focusing, but I step drilled it all the way down to the 11/16 mark. So previously for the 4-gauge I had step drilled it down to the halfway, but for the 0-gauge I step drilled it all the way down to the 11/16. There is some space around the wire, but I'll just put some silicone there to prevent water and moisture from getting into the car. Now let's take you around to the back and show you how the sound system is when I left it last season. So this is what I was talking about, and I also had put a pile 5-farad capacitor inside it. For some reason, it's probably a common thing that always happens, but the bass amp was pulling a lot of wattage, so the mids and lows amp wasn't getting the full power that it needed. So my mids and lows were really low. So after I put the capacitor on, everything became a lot more balanced. So this is the 1500 watt, 1550 Clarion monoblock amplifier, and I have here my SSL Evolution 1000 watt 2-channel. And then this is the wiring. As I had said in the last video, I explained the reason why I had to change the amp configuration and why the wiring looks so messed up, but I will try to make the wiring a little bit more organized this time and try to put the capacitor in a different spot. I don't like the way it is here. I'm gonna try to move it and put it in a different spot, so at least if I need to check the voltage that's running, I can always just peep under the seat and I can see it from there. I already lifted up the seats. In my previous video I showed you how I lifted up the seats, and I already pulled the power wire from the fuse distribution block here So now all I have to do now is continue running the 0 gauge power wire all the way to the back and hook it into the power distribution, and then I'm gonna start seeing how I'm going to rearrange my wiring and rearrange my arrange my amplifiers. So I'll get back with you when I get to that point. Welcome back, guys. So this is a few days later that now I swapped everything to their final location. I didn't want to go through the process of showing you how to install because I already did it in my previous video, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. So as you can see, this is the 1000 watt that I had connected to my mid-range and tweeters previously. Now I have it as my bass amp, and I moved the capacitor closer to the front and turned the display so at least I can look under and see the voltage that is going. It's not showing up properly on camera, but it is showing 13.8 volts right now, and this is my new amplifier that I bought for my mids and tweeters, which is it's actually a pretty small form factor. I thought it would have been a lot bigger for a 2000 watt amplifier, but it's actually a small form factor compared to the other 2000 watt amplifier that I had in my Mazda 3. So as you can see, it is the GP 2000.4. It's a 2004 channel amplifier from Crunch, and I have that running my mids and my tweeters. So I made all the connections already, and I redid all the wiring so at least they're one color, and yeah, that's basically about it. It's not really too difficult to, like, I've done it a few times and now it just comes a little naturally. I can do a lot better on my organization, but I'm not a super professional sound system installer, so I would still have my hiccups and mistakes that I make in my sound system installation, because after I ran all the wires and I did the initial layout for the amplifier and the capacitor, I realized that I could have did a better organization for it, but it is what it is. The locations are still pretty good. I have my 0 gauge coming in there to my fused power distribution block. I have my ground distribution block up there, and all the necessary wires running over here to the capacitor and the amplifiers. So that is about it. The only other extra difference, as I had stated before, was these. So these are, if I can remember correctly, Boss BE 649 6x9 full range speakers. I added 2 of them to the arsenal just to give a little bit more clarity in the back seats, because the back seats were a little bit low for some reason, and no matter what I tried to do, they still were a little bit low. So I gave the back a little bit more clarity, so things are sounding a lot more balanced now when it comes to the sound system. So I have these, then my Infinity 12-inch for my subwoofer, and that's basically about it. It was a simple upgrade, didn't really have to change much except in behind here with the wiring and organization, but that's about it. Oh, and if you guys want to know what capacitor I use, it is the PL CAPE 50. I bought it on Amazon. Amazon had a sale on it. I was initially looking for a 2 farad, but Amazon had a sale on this, so I said, what the heck, might as well I just get it. So yeah, that's it. So I want to thank you guys again for watching my video. Be sure to comment any opinions that you may have, any questions that you may have, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video just in case somebody has a car like this and needs knowledge in installing a sound system. So until then guys, catch you on the next project.